Well, hello and a very warm welcome to Business Today TV. I am Chetan Bhutani. Well, today I am joined by a new age health tech startup who is actually helping Indians getting their hair back and actually is a part of a hair loss treatment market, which is globally to be seized at about $3.9 billion. And of course, I'm joined by Saloni Anand, co-founder at Traya. Saloni, thank you so much for joining us. Tell us the story behind the word Traya. There's a lot of confusion in people when it comes to the name. So please help clarify that.
So Traya Chetan, hi, first of all, thanks for having me here. Traya is a Sanskrit word that means trinity or three science. And the core philosophy of our brand is that we mix Ayurveda, dermatology, and nutrition, all three equally important pillars for managing health and getting people hair results. And hence we named the brand Traya.
Okay. Also, Saloni, a very interesting part. I was reading that you're an MBA. So, how did you manage to get into a profession which was completely opposite and involved a lot of studies, a lot of science study, and of course, understanding treatment? So, tell us that story as well.
Right. So I'm an engineer who was interested in marketing, did an MBA, was in a B2B product tech space. However, Traya is an outcome of a personal health struggle that my husband and I went through. So he was suffering severe hair loss, a lot of other chronic health issues like hypothyroidism. And we were in that space in life where we started focusing on health, and one thing led to the other, and we started a company. I think that's what entrepreneurship is. It can happen to anyone, anywhere.
Absolutely. So, who's the brain? What's the brain behind having these three combination of science, Ayurveda, and medicines together? Whose idea was it? How did you? Who did you speak with to develop your medicines, etc.?
So I think I would give credit to the first set of doctors and R&D people that we were speaking to, but majorly credit to my co-founder and husband Altaf. He comes from a biochemistry background and was in research. And while he was chasing his health issues, he realized that there's very little that allopathy can do when it comes to let's say a hypothyroidism or hair loss. There is just one or two molecules available that you have to work with. And that's when he started exploring other alternative sciences. We met Dr. Shailendra, who is an Ayurveda doctor and an R&D formulator. He's now heading Ayurveda for Traya. And it was Altaf and him together initially. And then from there, the team grew.
Right. Okay. So a very common question. People are trying all sorts of methods. The market is very fragmented. Nobody really knows where to go, how to go about it. I've known people myself who spend a lot of money but yet got no results. Are you a one-stop solution?
Absolutely. We are a one-stop solution, Chetan, if two things. If you are in the early stages of hair loss, you're not in a very advanced stage. And if you are not very old, so less than 50-year-old, stage 1 to stage 5, Traya is one-stop solution. You'll get a dermat prescription, you'll get an Ayurveda prescription, you'll get a diet plan, you'll get all the products, you'll get everything you need in life to make sure that a hairline sustains like this forever. However, if you are an advanced hair loss case, like a stage 5 or a stage 6, maybe you are a good candidate for hair transplant. And in that case, we wouldn't sell you things. So if you come to Traya.health website and you take our diagnosis and our algorithm identifies that you are like advanced stage, it will not sell you anything and it will tell you that, hey, we cannot help you. Sorry.
Right. Okay. Also, how big is this market in India, Saloni? What does your research say? I'm sure you must have done your own research. How big is the market in India, and how do you really attract customers?
Right. Chetan, the market is huge. Our research says that 2 in 5 men suffer hair loss. And when it comes to women, it's even more interesting because it's not, if you're a guy, either you're balding or you're not balding. But if you're a girl, you will once in your lifetime at least suffer hair fall. If you were great, if you had great hair in your 20s, postpartum will happen and you'll get hair fall. If you were lucky in postpartum, something else will happen during your menopause, perimenopausal stage. So for a female goes through hair fall for sure once in her lifetime, and hence the population here, right? The market is huge. What works really well for Traya is that it's very affordable. right? So it's not like a transplant that you have to, you have to go get a surgery done, or you have to, spend a lakh, etc. It's very, very affordable. From a doctor prescription to products, everything comes in about 2,500 rupees and you're sorted.
Okay. And tell us about the success rate at Traya and how effective are the treatments. Could you? I'm sure people must have read your testimonies and of course the clients' testimonies. But what is success rate that you're banking on? And you have also made some certain claims that a money back guarantee kind of a stuff. But if people really don't follow the prescription, they could probably come and ask you for money. So how's that?
Sure. So, Chetan, our success rate is 93% efficacy if one uses Traya treatment for 5 months.
Okay.
Now, the duration 5 months is very, very clinically identified for people to actually see regrowth results in their hair or see visible changes in their hair. They will have to use for 5 months because that's how the hair cycle works. We recently got a claim validation done by an external French agency called Ipsos, which is one of the best in the world for claim validation. And they went through thousands of Traya customers who have completed 5 months and did an independent study on efficacy. And this is the claim data that we have received, that more than 90% Traya customers who have used it for 5 months saw results. So that's about efficacy. Now, coming back to the money back guarantee, Chetan, that kind of shows the confidence we have on our treatment. Like you said, there is no way that I can do a blood test and say, hey, your insulin is now under control, so we've done your results. It's more about just looking at the head pictures and looking at your hair and comparing it. So we do get sometimes people who come back and say, hey, we did not get results, etc. But when I'll tell the number, you will really laugh at it, right? We've treated more than 2.5 lakh Indians, and we have given about 89 money backs till now.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so we that's the confidence we have on this. I think the only important piece here is that you stick to the regime and you work with patients. The treatment works. And that's something that we are as a company are working a lot on. We recently launched a Traya app that helps our customer stick to this regime, because there's a little bit of habit building that you will have to do to actually complete your 5 months journey with us.
Absolutely. Okay. Also, give us some numbers. Where is the company standing at? The funding, how many customers, repeat rate, the usual stuff. But yes, I would definitely want to know the numbers behind it.
Sure. Some numbers for you. Our repeat rate stands at about, in terms of revenue, let's say in March, whatever revenue we did, about 65% revenue comes from repeat. So there's
Wow.
more revenue from repeat purchases than new consumer growth, which is, a really, solid piece about where we stand today as a company. Other than that, we have treated more than 2.5 lakh Indians now who have gone through the Traya treatment. A larger portion of Traya customer base today is men. We have an average age of a Traya customer is 27-year-old. So it's no more a 40, 50-year-old problem. It's a young Indian
So I think
brand.
it's kind of a trend now that a lot of people at younger age have started to have increasingly seeing hair fall. What is the reason behind that?
So, Chetan, what's happening is, see, the most common hair loss in men is male pattern hair loss, which is mostly genetic, right? So, your
Right.
granddad had it, your dad had it, you have it. However, the granddad and dad started seeing hair loss in their 50s and 60s, and you are seeing that in your college life today. And the reason to that is that there are a lot of other reasons that is defining the speed of your hair loss. So, your lifestyle, your drinking, your sleeping, your stress, your gut health. Your gut is not absorbing the nutrition that you're putting in your body, your metabolism. So if you see, look at our treatment, right, Chetan, we actually work on these root causes. Our hair rust has an ashwagandha that actually helps you manage stress, because 70% of Traya customers are stressed in their life, right? So it is all of this that is contributing to, unfortunately, hair loss has become like a 20s problem rather than a 50s problem.
Also, Saloni, coming back to the numbers, what is the revenue model that the company is currently standing at?
Right. So in terms of the average order value, the Traya average order value is about 2,500. It ranges between 1,800 to 3,000, which is a monthly pack. It includes the doctor prescription and all the products. Um, um, Other than that, I'm not sure if there's anything specific that you would want to know.
Any numbers would you like to tell us on how much profit or revenue you earned PAT after in this financial year, the previously gone financial
Sure,
year?
sure. So we are approximately plus of 150 CR annual revenue run rate. That's what we are running at right now. In terms of funding, I don't want to share the exact numbers, but
Sure.
we recently closed a funding round with all our existing investors, Fireside, Whiteboard, and K Capital.
And how's the order book looking like and the customer acquisition that you're doing? What are the plans for that?
So customer acquisition is great. I think for Traya, that what is really working out, Chetan, is that people who are completing the treatment are happy and seeing results. So referral and organic is the highest sort of channel for us that is helping us grow. We did a recent sort of study, and we identified that one Traya customer who completes treatment at least gets 8 to 9 referrals. So it's
Wow.
1:9 kind of ratio that we are at, which has helped us grow. So in terms of numbers from last March to this March, we have grown 13 times in our top line in
Wow.
terms of growth.
Okay, that's really great. So, what are the future plans? I in the initial time you started mentioning about products for women in particular. So, what are the plans there?
Right. So we launched our female hair fall range in about December end, which is also shaping out really well. We have the efficacy testing done. We are in a space where we are now scaling up the female piece. And very, very excited to scale that because, like I said, every female out there needs some hair fall solution. Chetan, we want to, as a brand, stick to hair fall. This is what we are good at. We have more than a team of 20 doctors now on board, dermatologist, Ayurveda doctor, nutritionist. This is our expertise.
Hmm.
We don't want to launch more categories, more SKUs. We want to build really efficacious treatment, do what we are good at, and keep doing that and growing in this.
I think that's a wonderful strategy, Saloni, because the more SKUs you build, the focus shifts to other SKUs, and your hero product really goes for a toss. Towards the last question, Saloni, will you mention about how the repeat customers come, the organic customers come? Uh, how does that acquisition happen? Though they call you, what is that strategy there?
Sure. So, Chetan, what we do is for every customer who gets on board, we assign them a Traya hair coach. Think of this like if you are on a weight loss journey, you go to a gym and you get a personal trainer, right? So this coach is trained. They go through a 3 month training with our doctors, dermats, and Ayurveda doctors. And you can log into our website, go to our mobile app, and book a call with your coach anytime you want. So it's
Okay.
not a brand that's selling you some products and say bye bye, our work is over. Traya's real work begins after you start the treatment. So you can book appointments with your coaches, talk to them, understand, get diet. We like to take feedback end of the month. We will, once you reach the third month, we'll take pictures of your head. So we try to track all of this with our customers because the ultimate success for us is when your problem is solved, right? It's not the first sale. It's the sixth and the seventh month is where we'll be successful together. And it's very important that this hand holding is there in place because people need it. It's a problem where people read up things. They don't know. You need patience to reach that. It's not कि 10 दिन तेल लगाया और बाल उग गए. And that's where the hair coach piece really works. And I think now a lot of tech is built. We have a chatbot in place. We have our mobile app that's really helping. Just to give you a number, right? Customers who have downloaded our app are 80% better in completing their treatment than people who don't download their app.
Oh wow.
So tech is really contributing and helping people, track their progress, keep uploading their pictures. tweaking of the treatment as you go along. All of that is happening really well with tech.
Okay. Also, Saloni, what are the growth plans? With this. Also, one more thing. Where are you manufacturing all of this?
Multiple places. So, Chetan, if you look at the entire SKU base, we have vitamins, which comes under OTC nutraceutical. We have application-based products, which has serums, shampoos, conditioners, and we have this hardcore Ayurvedic herbs, which requires a completely different skill set of sourcing ingredients, manufacturing. So we have manufacturers in Tamil Nadu, Ahmedabad, Haryana, in terms of geography, just for 18 SKUs.
Also, tell us about the growth plans for this year. With this new products coming in, how you is there a plan? Because the market is completely fragmented in India. A lot of companies already into this play. How do you? I'm sure you would want to grow beyond them and tell them that yes, this is a successful product and it's useful. So, how do you see yourself growing in that fragmented market?
Sure. So Chetan, one is that a lot of effort is going on in brand building. Of course, the core ethos of the brand is efficacy. People should join or start Traya only because it works. That's why we exist. So a lot of brand building, because if you look at today's hair fall consumer, right? 100 people who suffer through hair fall, two of them actually go to a doctor, and 98 buy some hair fall shampoo that's not going to work,
Okay.
right? So that's the study that we've done. We want to be this brand that is efficacious, that has doctors, but we don't just want those two people to reach us because we have some remote clinic somewhere. We
Mhm.
want to be out there, available, accessible, online, so that the 98 who are wasting money with a hair fall shampoo start using something efficacious like Traya.
Absolutely. All
So
right.
I think
Well,
there is like a huge pie to grab there, and it's going to happen through the brand building that we are doing. We are a very, very consumer first approach to how we are approaching our brand. We are also exploring other channels this year in terms of, other than online, what are the other channels where our consumers are and how can we reach there. So that's in the 0 to 1 experimentation zone. But I think by end of this year, we'll have a more clear picture on how to take this 150 crore brand to a 1,000 crore brand.
and is there a strategy for having offline stores as well?
Not a very clear strategy yet, Chetan, but few experiments going around it to understand what model, etc., will work for Traya. Very clear that we don't want to compromise on the efficacy just because we want to grow. So as far as our doctors are in place, our diagnosis tech is in place, and our hair coach and our high touch model is in place, because these are the reasons Traya is efficacious along with the products, right? If I'll start selling in a FMCG store and you will go and buy one hair rust from, it's
Exactly.
not going to grow your hair. It's the box, the entire solution that's going to grow your hair. So as far as we don't compromise on our efficacy, we are figuring out what channels will work for us to increase the reach.
Perfect. I think that's a great strategy. As a consumer, also, I'm very happy to hear that from you. But thank you, Suroni, for joining us, and we will be in touch for future related health matters regarding Airfall. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Chetan. Bye.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.